What is the stack, you ask? I'm glad you did. So, all of the self-care models out there, they're different ones. They'll give you different ideas, and different things, of course, work for different people. One of the things that I've come to realize is that I've got a lot of guilt, a lot of judgment around my own self-care routine. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing enough in the models of self-care? Like some of them have 7, 10, 13 aspects in their models of self-care, like financial, spiritual, physical, psychosocial, and more. Um, and so what we've done is we've glommed together, created a new way of talking about how we take care of ourselves, and it's called the stack. And so the way that it works is it is a mashup of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So we look at the basic needs, food, clothing, shelter, things that would keep us safe, all the way up to this self-actualization. You are your best self. And so it's a mashup of that. It's also a mashup of Wounded Warriors Canada Better Model. Thank you, Dr. Tim Black. Mashup of that in there, as well as a little bit of this nervous system support and regulation that we now all need to learn. Our nervous systems are constantly paying attention to the things around us. How do you temper that? How do you regulate that? So the stack is this. Simple. Think of potentially, this is from a friend of mine too. Think of the game Jenga. You know, the stack of all kinds of different pieces. And when they're supported, when you start, you put all the pieces together, you've got this really cool, well-supported stack. And the game, as it unfolds, is you take pieces out until it topples. So that's maybe the concept. Throw in the fact that the base is probably the most important. People don't tend to take things out of the base. So the base of the stack, the base of your stack, is your body. You can't mess with your body. Your body, if it's not doing well, you're not doing well. You have a very high risk of toppling over. And there are three main things to taking care of your body. There's a lot, but three main things. Movement, how you move your body. Motion is lotion, I've heard physiotherapists say. Getting out and moving your body. Nutrition, what you feed your body. And there's a lot of things on the Netflix that will walk you through taking care of your body. And there's a lot of great nutritionists out there that you can connect to. And rest or sleep. Yeah, we need to recharge, restore, and reset. And so normalizing the narrative around sleep, learning how to get good sleep hygiene, really important. So those are the three things. And if at the very least, in terms of your self-care, you're doing the base, congratulations, you're doing it. I even like using it as a narrative to say, I'm sitting down because I'm stacking. I'm protecting my stack. And so maybe that's part of it too. The next layer in the Jenga bit, and maybe there's some blocks in there, maybe not a lot, right? So it's an opportunity to put blocks in. Sometimes blocks go out, but the idea is you want to build is your nervous system, our alarm system, our parasympathetic, sympathetic, the fight, flight, freeze idea, understanding the stress response. Like in a long-term situation, so you're managing your nervous system, so you're not constantly in fight, flight, like I've been for decades. I even recalled even last year, I'd be lying in bed and I'd be like, okay, Sherry, time to relax. And I'm like, gotta relax, relax, gotta my body would tense up again. Relax, relax, relax. I didn't realize that I was sleeping like 2 inches off my pillow. My whole body was in a constant state of fight, flight, and that's not good for you, not good for your immune system, your health, and more. So finding ways to understand longer term, getting your body safe and out of fight, flight. Yeah, we'll talk about that. And in the moment, how do you recognize when the alarm goes off and how do you temper that? So that's the nervous system piece. And your body and your nervous system are interconnected. So when you're taking care of your body, your nervous system is going to operate better. Like when you're rested, you're far more managing of your alarm system. And then the top part of this three-tiered stack that kind of looks like a Jenga set of blocks is your emotional and behavioral care. So how you feel, think, and act. And so this part is interesting because how we talk to ourselves is important. And it affects our nervous system and it affects our body. Um, how we, so how we think about ourselves, how we feel, and how we discharge feelings or sit through comfortable and uncomfortable feelings and emotions. These are things we can practice. And in the stack, we can talk about them too. Like I'm at the top part of my stack and it's affecting my nervous system. I'm in fight flight. And of course, I'm not resting well. So yeah, there's all these pieces of the stack. So you're talking about the Jenga stack. I don't know if Jenga is going to stick, but let's try that out. Things like cognitive behavioral therapy and whatnot live in that top piece. And the work that we get to do in our, thoughts and feelings, it'll trickle down through your stack. It'll help build it as well. And somebody shared with me, they said it's kind of like, when you fall in love, that's that emotional piece. Well, you start taking care of your body, your nervous system is impacted, right? And so it goes up and down through the stack. It builds the pieces, strengthens it. There's a lot more in terms of taking care of you, but I thought, you know what? Why not create a foundation, a new way of talking about it, and maybe look at it that way? And then there is something that supports your stack, and that is your social supports. People that you spend time with, the people in the community, people you work with, and they support the stack. So maybe they're that piece that helps you build the stack. And so doesn't that make sense too, then, that you're going to look for people who you can co-stack with or co-regulate with, people that are healthy for you? And it's okay if you come up against people who are not healthy for you. It's understanding that and then recognizing, yeah, I'm only going to dedicate a little bit of time here and then I'm going to be over here. Or if they're not stacking well and you've decided you're going to come in and help, you're going to walk with them and help them stack on their own terms, on their own journey. Because you can't force somebody to stack. You don't have control over other people. You only have control over this stack and how you show up for other people in their stacks. I wonder if that lands. Anyways, it's something I've been thinking about a lot. It's something that I've been trying to put into practice, and it's been really helping me. And I hope that it helps you too. I am super glad that you were here, especially to the end. Go and stack well.